Hey everyone, new setup here. Since I often do theory analyses of other people's pieces and songs on my WordPress blog, which I've linked, I thought it would make sense to do a little analysis of one of my own beats. As you can see, we're not in the project file right now. I bounced it to FL12 to master from FL10, so that way I would be able to deal better with memory than mastering in the same project. And I like writing better in FL10, but I like how you can make a little mid-side EQ here in FL12. So I'm gonna go into the first project file in a bit, but before I do, I'm just gonna show you what it sounds like. So there's a bridge, and that part repeats with a few more elements on it, but that's basically the groove. So you've got a relatively small project here. I actually wrote it initially to be part of a soundtrack for my talented comic artist friend's YouTube adaptation, Mash Stash, also a description link. So it's quite repetitive and not super simple, but not a ton of tracks, and it's AABA format. So the main groove, if I can solo these two things, the main sound there is what I found to be this very relaxing parallel minor sevenths groove that I found when I was messing around a guitar. So if I just play that, so there's also this G there because I found after a while that if I took it out, originally it became a little foreboding. If I just went like, it feels almost scary because you don't really understand the nature of that E. You can feel what key it's in, but you can't feel the tonality at all. And I just feel like throwing a third in there has a lot more emotion, so I'm going to Control Z that. And I essentially just expanded off of that groove. I have some more extensions down here of that E minor chord with that B also in there, but the driving sound is that minor parallel seventh, and the same in the bass. It's at F to E. It's almost like it's one chord, but with a giant suspension. And you also have like this cool sliding effect because the bass hits first before the quote-unquote chord change. Yeah, and everything is coming out of a E minor 9 chord, but still, the groove is those 5 notes if you count the 2 Ds, because you have an F and an E, and then the E below that F sharp, and a G and a D. So it's a simple 4-note groove that gets built upon. Even down here, you can see that all the upper notes stay the same, and they're all E minor 7 chord tones. So it's just this one big slidey effect in these notes and in the bass. And it stays like that for both A sections. So I'm not going to go through the entire B section because I don't think it's that harmonically interesting. It's mostly standard triadic harmony with a few diminished chords thrown in. There are a couple interesting points, and I'm just going to play it and stop at those points. So solidly in E minor here. So the bass was wrong, but because 808s go a little bit flat in the decay, it kind of worked. My ears told me to go with it. That was a D chord, but the bass was D sharp, and that modulates G. Did you catch that? There was a D major chord in first inversion, going back to that E. And that, even though it's in G major right there, I put in that B flat just because it sounded cool. It almost didn't sound dark enough the first time. If I try to make that major, it just won't be as cool. Watch. I don't know why that doesn't work, it just doesn't. So there's that. That's pretty much the tune. There's a lot of rhythmic stuff going on, but I think that the visual explains it pretty well. You have a long A section, and then something on top of that, and then that whole thing repeated with something on top of that, and that again, because they both end with pretty good. So it lends itself to be repeated, and then that bridge, and then one more time. And that's pretty much it. Let me know if there's anything I could do better. Hope you liked it. You can listen to the song in one of the links that I just posted. Thanks.